I have had this photo of my daughter, and I knew I would want to use kind of a mustard yellow and really focus on that. Hi friends, May Flom here, and I am working with the Spring is Here stamp set from Everyday Explorers. I'll link it up in the description of this video. And this just became the perfect stamp set for this photo. So what I did for this layout, I got out my archival ink. I had that saffron color that I knew would be so perfect as my main ink color. And then I just collected items that I knew would work well. Now, I will tell you that I ended up going on to a white base, even using a cream colored tag here, because what I found was, and this is very true to be, very often this is going to be true, minimizing the color I'm using rather than going a gallon of this color, using just a little of this color very selectively is actually a more effective way to really showcase it, to really get it going, get it out there and really have it pop. So what I'm doing now is drawing journaling lines because I'm going to handwrite my journaling in here. And I should have enough space there. If I don't, I can always add more. So I'm going to want to go ahead and get my journaling in there. I'm also going to want to go ahead and add in some more stickers and stamps. And if there are spots, like I have a couple little spots where I whoopsied and have a little ink. That's one of the things I don't love about white cardstock. Well, guess what? You can just cover them up with stickers, with other stamping. If you get a little ink smudge on your cardstock, white or not, you can always cover it up. There's always some clever little ways to make it work, to make it so that that is not a problem. And I find that working a little here, a little there. So I got my title, I got my photo, I got my journaling set. Then I continue to add embellishments and figure out where it makes sense to cluster more. In this case, I got out some silk ribbon made out of sari material and dyed, and tied a little bow for my tag to add another pop of color, another pop of texture, just a little more. But adding it piece by piece allows me to say, do I have something I would like to use? Is there something that makes sense? How would I use it? Now, I decided to use kind of a mustardy stitch here, and I'm just going back a few stitches and then just a plain long straight stitch around the layout just to get a little, again, that contrast, that color, that texture that I want here. Once I have gone around and sewn, it's any final embellishments time. So if there's additional stamping, if there's stamping I was holding back on because I wanted to think about it, wanted to decide, if there are any other details that I want to add, like I wanted to add these little plants, and it may seem random to use those, except that my daughter really likes plants and loves little cactuses and succulents. So to me, that stamp makes sense. And for the story, it makes sense. I can also repeat, for example, the in color stamp. If I want to use that somewhere else, if I want to use it again, I certainly can. If I want to layer on stamping, I can. And this saffron and also the dark green ink that I'm using, they're both archival ink. So for you scrapbookers, that means that it is going to stay put. It's water resistant. It's archival ink. So you're good to go long term on your scrapbook. You don't have to worry about it smudging or reacting if the scrapbook ever got wet. And you see how I just whoopsied there and stamped badly? Well, you can just restamp. And then what I'm doing is I'm re-inking it, but wiping the ink off of the words that stamped so well in order to restamp it effectively. Isn't that great? So easy. Remember that when we're scrapbooking, you may have something happen or something may be a mistake or not quite right, but you can almost always salvage, fix, cover up, or otherwise make it work. And to me, that is a really important point because it is all about, at the end of the day, telling my stories and documenting and having some creative fun while doing it. I hope this sunny layout has brightened your day and given you some ideas. If you have any questions or if you have any requests for future videos, please do feel free to let me know. I'd love to hear from you. And I wish you very happy crafting.